Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogers Kaka Sungura YouTube channel. A big thank you for your continued support. Kaka, today we admitted a young girl who scored 323 marks to a boarding school. During the term 1 admissions, she couldn't manage to a boarding school. She was taken to a village day school, and she had almost lost hope because her mother is cancerous. She is receiving treatment in Eldoret, and the father is mentally retarded. So we pursued this case, and our fans entirely sponsored this case. We have paid school fees for term 2 and term 3 for form 1. And we will keep supporting this girl until she clears form 4. Thank you so much for our supporters, and God bless you. Secondly, Kaka, there is a family I visited yesterday, a family that is living in a grass-thatched house. The man inherited poverty. Wazazi wake walifariki akiwa mtoto mdogo akinyonya, wakamwacha. The mother died, the father died. So kijana amejilea na amejilea kwa nyumba ile jikoni ya mama na baba. So amekaa pale na ameoa na ako na watoto. Kwa sababu hakumanage kuenda shule kwa sababu wazazi walifariki wakamwacha, anaishi maisha ya upweke. Ninaomba mashabiki kwamba mnishike mkono ili tuende kesho tumjengee nyumba. Tuanze kumjengea nyumba ya mabati, nyumba nzuri ili akae na watoto wake. Kaka, umaskini haukai milele. Ipo siku moja umaskini unapungua ama unaisha kabisa. Kwa nia moja au nyingine, hata wewe ulishikwa mkono ukafika mahali umefika. Kwa hivyo hii familia, ninaomba sana mashabiki wangu muendelee kunisupport. Nahitaji mlango moja ni shilingi 4,000. Nahitaji madirisha, nahitaji milango 4. Nahitaji madirisha 4. Dirisha moja ni 2,500. Nahitaji vitanda, nahitaji mattresses na utensils za nyumba. Kwa hivyo kama Mungu atakubariki usupport na chochote, tutashukuru sana. Turudi katika siasa. Kaka, as I have been saying, the only urgent language that governments understand is demonstrations. You can never beat governments as a people if you cannot unite to put your government to task. If as a people you cannot unite and say no to impunity, if as a people you cannot unite and say no to unconstitutional reforms made by your leaders, you will continue suffering. We have those countries who are colonized. Your leaders can also colonize you. If you cannot wake up and unite, your own leaders, your own brothers, your own sisters, your own fathers will continue to colonize you until such a time when people will wake up. But who is this government? Government is the people. The electorate owns the government. But in African countries, we do not have this understanding. We think the government belongs to those in authority. That is why we fear correcting them. That is why we fear telling them the truth. But Kaka, I will always speak the truth on this platform because I understand I am the government. And if I am the government, those in power are my representatives. They are my workers. So my sole responsibility is to question them each and every day if they cannot perform as my wish as their boss. Ladies and gentlemen, people think government belongs to Kenya Kwanza. People think government belongs to Jubilee. People think government belongs to ODM. No, we as the people are the government. If we get this understanding, if this understanding sinks into our heads, I bet we will stand up to defend what is of us and not of them. Even if they always steal power, they are our representatives. They should work according to our recommendations because we are the owners. The individuals in power, though some, like those in power now, used dubious means to ascend to power, we assume the electorate elects leaders, MCS, MPs, governors, senators, women representatives, and even the presidents in a democratically led country. Sio hii ya wizi ya Kenya. So we assume we the voters are the people who put those people in governments. So they are our workers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in short, the government is the people. As the people, we can never win those in authority without demonstrations. That is the only language they understand. Even in schools, even in administrations, even in the private sector, the only language that those in power understand very well, it is mugomo, demonstrations. That is the best language they understand. As we speak right now, the Kenya Kwanza government is imposing taxes right, left, and center without due procedure, which is the duly stipulated legal procedure to put or to formulate policies. The correct constitutional procedure is public participation. You want to impose a regulation, go to the bosses, the people, ask them first, convince them, teach them, synthesize them. If they agree with you, proceed. If they reject, stop. They are the bosses. But ladies and gentlemen, the current regime is imposing taxes every day without even consulting their bosses, the people, the electorate. Most of the imposed policies are illegal. Some of them have been challenged in courts. But because the government, the current government, nile inapenda hongo. It loves manipulation. You saw what it did to Mythical Inturi. They defended him. As much as the bosses said no, because they had power, they had the way. Even in the courts, because they have power, they get their way. Even in the judiciary, because they have power, they get their way. Ladies and gentlemen, the policies that have been imposed are illegal and unacceptable. The ones that have been rejected by the electorate. You saw Okia Omtata challenging some of them in court. Orders given, but there is no single day they have ever respected those court orders. When you are a good father, I so believe that Kaka, you cannot sit and watch your children suffer. Kama baba ambaye ana nguvu bado, you are alive and kicking. You can't sit as a father, sit it and watch your kids suffering. Kenyans are kids. Raila Odinga is our father. Raila Odinga is our dad. And we know Raila Odinga. As much as they agree with the government, Baba cannot sit and watch the government ikitesa watu wake. Let me say this for the record. Raila Odinga has been fighting for us. It's enough. We as Kenyans, it is our turn. Let us not always bank our hope on Raila Odinga. Can we stand up as Kenyans and defend ourselves? Tukisema kesho ni mugomo, tukisema ni maandamano next week, all of us should unanimously accept to come out. Raila hawezi tupigania miaka yote. Raila hawezi tupigania mpaka our fourth generations to come from now. We as a people, we need to stand up and defend being the most foundations of our coming generations. It is as the people, me and you, to stand up and say no to dictatorship, no to anarchy, no to unconstitutional reforms. It is me and you. We cannot sit and watch people proudly demolishing the future of our generations. If you do so, I bet the coming generations one day, they will sit with you, ask you tough questions that you can't respond. Watakuuliza, kaka, ulikuwapo siku ya William Ruto wakati alikuwa anafanya hii, wewe ulikuwa wapi? If our forefathers could have not worked hard kufukuza wabeberu, up to now we could be under the yokes of colonialists. Kama hawangeshikana mikono waseme we are defending our coming generations, hawa watu lazima waondoke. If they didn't do that, up to now, I bet bado tungekuwa chini ya mateka ya wakoloni. So it's now we stand up, me and you, say no and no to unconstitutional reforms. If we cannot do so, ladies and gentlemen, as Kalonzo is putting it, Kalonzo spoke today and they is saying, prepare. Wakenya, anza kufanya jogging. Tafuta viatu zenye ziko flat. Bado hatujafanya kimbi kimbi. Tusipofanya kimbi kimbi, serikali hii itatulalia, itatumaliza, itatufyeka, itatuzika, na hatutakuwa na kizazi kijacho. Hebu tumsikilize Kalonzo Musyoka.
We know this finance bill 2024 is receiving public participation, and it happened the same way. Finance bill 2023 public participation over 90% of Kenyans, and 98% said no. Then they went on to implement the very unfortunate taxes, and now you know we went to the streets. As a coalition, we are ready to go back to the streets if that is what it takes. And I hope you are bold enough. I hope you are bold enough if they now go and cause aggression again on public participation. And there are professionals talking about this. Just imagine bringing heavy taxation on bread. Even the little children who have just gone to school will not enjoy their bread with a bit of blue band. They will not. So be ready, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, if you feel a little weak spiritually, that you don't think you can withstand another round of demonstrations, then go eat something strong. We need you. We need you. And this country needs you.